Hey guys, Risque here, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. So last we left off, Von Karma was tap dancing on my last damn nerve. But Larry's testifying, so, you know, hopefully that leads us somewhere. We'll see. Mr. Butts. What? You only heard one gunshot? Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Eh? Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was, listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude! With my headphones. Jesus Christ. Order, order, and stop that booing. Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? That's a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Oh, great. Let's let him chime in. Waste of time. I do not accept this witness nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? Go ahead. Have at it. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Let's make it worse. Bah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Dipshit. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. Okay, what Larry heard. Or thinks he heard. Who knows? It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud-like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it, too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? God, he's an idiot. Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? No comment. I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? One foot on a banana peel, the other in a motherfucking grave, and I want to push him in. I'm done. I'm done with the stupid-ass judge. Anyway, an announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. Or charade. I could see him pronouncing it charade. Okay. It's only being alone on Christmas Eve, so I was listening to an orchestra. Real booming loud, I'm sure I heard the gunshot. Okay. What was the DJ saying? What did she say? Shut up! Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Shut up. Fucking brown-nosing piece of shit. How do you know if we don't ask, Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot. So, then that means that the gunshot happened before midnight. Not at, what, 12:10 is when they were saying? It's the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. But there is one gleaming ray of hope in there. Gotta press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. Okay. Press on that. Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. Oh, God. Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. This is the most... Oh. Okay. It's fine. He said press, so... Yeah, this was taken at 12:15. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know that I don't scare easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor? Did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot. Indeed. And? Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But he should have heard that gunshot after midnight. This photograph is irrefutable proof of this fact. Let's see what the time was on the photo. Let's see what the time was on the photo taken when the gun triggered Miss Hart's camera. 12:25:15. 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order! Order! What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright? What do you think about Mr. Butts' claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? I think he's right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. I mean, there were two gunshots, right? Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim? Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Shit. Let's check. I mean, I don't think this really has anything to do with anything, but fuck it. Okay, map doesn't help. Shows an empty lane taken automatically. 11:50. I mean, that might be proof, because it was... Yeah, we'll go with that. Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, how many times do we have to explain this shit to you? Disbarred. This photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha! Correct. There we go. Did I use enough crayons this time to explain it to you, Judge? Jesus Christ. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then, where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were two sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them. I mean, I've been saying there have been two gunshots. Anyway, why would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. Eat an ass. Eat a dirty, shit-infested ass. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes? There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 p.m. was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any. Aw, shit. Okay, I don't know. Oh, I'm scared. Okay. I kind of want to say the autopsy report. I don't know why. I don't think that's right. Fuck it. Mr. Wright? Is that a smirk I see? Oh shit, I was right. Okay, my instincts are on point today. Your Honor, sorry, I wasn't really sure about the evidence. Don't show us evidence you aren't confident in, Mr. Oh. Okay. Never mind. Okay, well that is unfortunate. I mean, I'm gonna try the pistol. And then, if it's not right, I might look it up. Oh shit, okay, this is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order, order. That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Who gives a shit? Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you? Why? Uh-oh, I'd better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes? Ah! What's wrong, Nick? I have it. I have it! Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. So we're impersonating? What do you mean? Maya, yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm gonna run with it. Right! I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick? Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? I hate you. Kill yourself. So you finally realized the truth. There could be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 0:15, but Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the 2 men on the boat are. I mean, it is Edgeworth and Hammond, right? Miles Edgeworth and Robert Hammond. Yes, I believe you are mad. That is exactly what I've been telling the court this whole time. You're agreeing with me, and yet what did you just say? That Robert Hammond had been killed 25 minutes before the shot on the boat? Yes, that's what I said. I was just testing you, Von Karma. Mr. Wright, your client has already been declared guilty once. Ah, shit. I'm gonna have to penalize you for this foolishness. Ah, shit. Okay, wrong answer. I'll say Edgeworth and the murderer. Of course it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer, then. The murderer's name? Right. It's... Is it Lotta? She did it. The murderer is none other than Miss Lotta Hart. The investigative photographer? Yes. You're saying that young lady dressed up like Robert Hammond and fooled Mr. Edgeworth? Okay, it was... She did look sort of manly. Okay. I'm ashamed I actually listened to this utter nonsense. Yeah, I'm kind of ashamed I went with it. Listen, you came to this conclusion based on a piece of evidence. That is, this photograph taken at 11:50. If you didn't have this photograph, you never would have made this claim. Correct? And just who was it who went out of her way to give you that piece of evidence? It was Lotta Hart. Why would the murderer go to all that trouble just to deliver you decisive evidence? I guess they would... Okay, son of a bitch. Okay, I gotta be careful. I'm in trouble. Okay. I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Bah! Again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. Wait, was it the boat keeper? The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Show the judge where the murder really took place. I mean, I guess it took place here. Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he can meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. That night, he was out on the lake in a boat searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by, or those were just some shitty-ass headphones. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat? The boat shop. Mr. Wright? What happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please, tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. It's a little early, but it's a perfect place to stop this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share this with your friends, hit the bell so you don't miss an upload, and I'll see you guys next time.